looking for all those different types of personalities and acting techniques to round out the world, so that it was you got a beautiful person and a strong person and a mess of a person, and that we all come together to save the world. I would imagine that you were looking for all those different colors of personality and performance in the movie. So for me, I think it was just a matter of always asking Guillermo whether he wanted me to be funnier or more serious, and oftentimes we sort of landed somewhere in the middle, and he was pushing me to be serious, and yet everyone says I'm so funny in the movie, so I guess I couldn't be serious no matter if I tried.
I grew up with a lot of Muslim movie and football movie. Being part of this, movie, it's like, dream come true. And then also, like, Guillermo told me that also makes me happy. He said, you're Mako, this is my role, you're Mako as you are. So that makes me really relax, and then I just like, okay, I can do this role. So. 東京ブルース。I don't know that movie. Babel? Es Babel, no es Tokyo Blues. If I'm given a chance, I would jump into the any project as long as I like the role, I like the director, and especially for this movie, I really love Guillermo. And also 8 years ago, I met him. We were starting for Babel, and I said I'd love to work with you. And then 8 years later, I got this role. It's amazing. And also, when I walk in with Guillermo, always I'm so happy and I'm so excited. And when my performance was good, he would get so happy. That motivated me to work harder. It's amazing.
There are lots of people who make lots of movies. I think people make movies for all sorts of different reasons. But I don't think Guillermo makes movies to sleep with supermodels and buy expensive cars. I think he truly cares about making as beautiful, as interesting, as artistic, as special a movie as he can make. And to get an opportunity to work with someone like that is very special. And there are few directors who are as famous as their movies. Alfred Hitchcock comes to mind, or what you would imagine it was like to work with Orson Welles, where the director is as much a part of the success of the movie as the product. And when you see it, you're seeing that director's stamp. So for me, it was really a simple decision to say yes to. And Guillermo has such an infectious personality that it's hard to say no. And then to go from comedy to something of this nature was not something I had expected. It's something I'd certainly always hoped that I could do, but it was just a wonderful opportunity. I couldn't say no.
Guillermo and I go back 22 years now. I've said very often publicly and even more often privately that he's been probably the guiding force of the second half of my life. The second half of my life just wouldn't have occurred if it weren't for the opportunities that he's given me as an artist, the way he sees me, what my skill set is. No one else ever sees me that way. But being in the presence of somebody who has magnanimous a curiosity about life, and who is able to back it up with his brilliance that we really can never put into words. To me, he's like a kind of a living embodiment of Leonardo da Vinci. And all you got to do is look at the notebooks that he carries around to see why that is not an overstatement. But why I would like to be there with him for as long as he'd like to have me with him is because as a student of cinema, you know, when you look at the greats, starting in the 20s all the way to the present, you know they made every single film as if it was their only film. Or they made every single film as if it was their last. It's like living, it's like a philosophy, live your life. John Hughes and this, you know, remarkable moment in his life and these other giants, Bogart and Kate Hepburn and the like. I've seen it my entire career where, and it's just occurring to me now, where the filmmaker understands in his own understanding of what we're embarking on, there's a little bit of a life and death element to it. And it's a very exclusive club, being invited to be part of the making of a movie, which if you do it right, takes its place in, you know, pantheon. That they feel compelled to remind the people who are going on this journey. Quest for Fire, I still have frostbite on my feet and my hands because that director was so fucking perverse that he wanted me to walk in frozen water just to see whether I really, really wanted to play this role. And I did. And, you know, I still have trouble clapping when I'm on the 50-yard line in a football game because it's 30 degrees. But yeah, that's, now that you ask that question, that seems to be a running theme where I'm going to ask you to do something. It's going to be really, really hard. But if you get through this, you're going to know what it feels like to accomplish something truly spectacular for the greatest art form ever invented.
Silente que se meta con esta.
Especially we were in a cockpit, which is a cockpit of the robot. I have love and hate relationship with it because our suits were very heavy, and then we attached the robot of the armor, like a big arm, mechanical arm, also were very heavy. But I think Guillermo would make them very heavy, but it looks so real, and then my performance would be more real. I love that film.
Of people being trying the movie, certainly of my work on the movie. And it really got fun because Guillermo really lit up when I got to set, and you could tell that they had a great working relationship, and I thought finally he could be distracted from beating me up week after week and take his punches out on Ron.
Well, this has been probably the best gift in a way that Ken was ever given me because I'm not carrying the movie. I'm not responsible for whether the movie is good or bad. It's just a pure fun role. It's very, very theatrical, so it plays to my penchant for going over the top and being this big old vaudevillian. And there's a deliciousness to Hannibal Chow, even in his name. I'm thinking of changing my name to Hannibal Chow. Especially if there's 2 or 3 of these. It was nothing but fun. It was pure fun. I didn't work very long on the movie. I worked exclusively with Charlie Day, who was a comedic treasure, and as all comedic actors, the most serious people on the face of the earth about being obsessed with performance. And I just had such a ball,
I owe so much to both of them. Alejandro opened the gate for me to international career, and Guillermo, I love him, and he is the man. I really want to work with him, very soon, again, and also, I'm just very happy. I'm just lucky to get, those roles, and I just do my best. you know, that's all. And I want
Es super machina, no se bajan ni